As I've talked about before, the internet is a great resource for users to research and find information. One specific example of this is using the internet to research health conditions and symptoms. The best tool for doing this is WebMD. WebMD is kind of like a virtual doctor. You tell it your symptoms and it'll give you a list of possible conditions that you may have. This can be incredibly useful when you're feeling a little under the weather and you want to do a preliminary screening of your symptoms. And of course, WebMD is not a replacement for a real doctor, so take this advice with a grain of salt. With that said, let's get started. So the first thing that you're going to notice is that my desktop probably looks a little different than yours does. That's because I'm on a Mac computer. This doesn't really matter though for our tutorial. For this tutorial, you can be on either a Mac or a PC because we'll just be using the internet. So to start, let's open up our web browser. You can type in the web address, which is webmd.com. Hit enter and you'll be taken to the WebMD homepage. WebMD is just a great resource for medical information. They have articles that are posted daily that give you great health tips and facts, stories on upcoming research, just a lot of great information for somebody who wants to stay active in their health and lifestyle decisions. So to use the symptom checker, we're going to click on this button right here called Symptoms. Scroll down and enter a little bit of personal information. For myself, I am a male and I am 13 through 17 years old. You can leave these two blank. Hit submit, and now you get to choose your symptoms. So to choose your symptoms, you're going to click on the part of the body that's being affected. So right now, I have kind of a cough and just a runny nose, sore throat, and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to click on the neck. I'm going to click on it again, and it's going to bring up a list of symptoms. And I have a cough, so I'm going to click on it, and it's going to ask me a few questions about my cough. None of those really apply to me. None of those apply. Someone in my family actually recently had a cough, so it could be that. And I don't believe that my cough has anything to do with asbestos or crabs. So I'm going to click finish, and now I have a cough in my symptom selector. And now it has a list of possible conditions that I could have. But I should keep adding symptoms because the more symptoms you add, the more narrow that this list is going to become. So let's see, I also have a sore throat. So I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to go through these questions again. Okay. And now the next thing is that I have kind of a stuffy nose. So I'm going to click zoom out and then click on my head area and then my nose. Actually, I'd really describe it as a runny nose, so I'll click on that. And the last thing that I seem to have is sneezing pretty commonly. So I'm going to click on sneezing. Okay, so these are all my symptoms, and once I've taken a look at that, I can look at the possible conditions that I could have. Now, don't get alarmed by these because none of this is definite. This is just a guess based on the symptoms that you've chosen. So while it says that I may have strep throat, I could also just have allergies. So WebMD is never a good replacement for an actual doctor, but it is good for just looking up possible conditions based on your symptoms, and maybe looking further into that condition to see if you have it. Okay, well, I think this pretty much covers our tutorial for WebMD. I hope you learned something today, and have a good one.